Welcome everybody to Antimatter Gaming. I'm SosaFlo.
And I'm the 6'4 Ninja.
And we are here to cast the final round of the Antimatter in-house inaugural tournament.
Yep, we are. And tonight you'll be watching, or today, wherever you are, you'll be watching Eevee2e go up against VroomVroomPow, two incredible battlers that we're so happy to have on the Antimatter team. And it'll be awesome to watch their games together with all of you today.
Yeah, they have gone through a very long journey over this 4-round tournament. Some spice players, some normal players, some meta players. We've seen so many players throughout this entire tournament, and it's come down to VroomVroomPow and Eevee2e battling it out 3-0 and to decide who's going to walk out of this tournament 4-0. We've talked a lot about them in the last three rounds in those videos. Go check those out. We're just going to jump right into that matchup now as we have the captain, 6'4 Ninja, joining us to cast all of these battles. Anything you're looking for before we get into there, Ninja?
I mean, both these battlers have just displayed a lot of skill over the first 3 rounds of this tournament. I think Eevee2e knocked you down to the loser side in round 3. VroomVroomPow knocked me down to the loser side in round 2. So we both had personal experiences playing against these battlers and the cores they put together on these incredible Open Great League teams, both a little more on the meta side of the team than on the super spice side. But you know, sometimes when you're the meta player, you still have to be prepared for those spicy picks. And these players have shown it against other meta teams, against spicy picks. They have worked their way to this finals. They have not had easy matchups, but they have made it here to this finals, and it's excited to see them play off against each other and see who can take the crown from the inaugural Antimatter in-house showdown.
Getting into the first matchup now, and it's Eevee2e, who I know really well, and especially from the last round where he knocked me out and got himself into here with the Metacham Swampert Charizard, this Artabax he does really well, the Clodsire, and the Superior. And then we have VroomVroomPow, who I think you know pretty well from this tournament.
Yeah, VroomVroomPow knocked me down to the kind of loser side of the tournament in round 2. But yeah, that team running that Shadow Alolan Sandslash, Mantine, Superior, Umbreon, Metacham, and the Clodsire. So we see that Clodsire Superior on both teams, Metacham on both teams. This tournament did kind of span the season split, so these were kind of pre-nerf Metachams for most of the tournament. We're keeping that in mind. Then yeah, Clodsire featuring pretty heavily.
Both of these battlers really playing the Clodsire very well. We've seen them throughout the first few rounds. Clodsire coming out big for them. The Mantine on VroomVroomPow has been really, really amazing to watch because Mantine, you're like, oh, it's just a thicker Pelipper, but Mantine doesn't have that water presence. It has that Ice Beam presence. It has that Aerial Ace presence. So it's actually like a flyer, and it feels better like a flyer. So I'm excited to see how VroomVroom's going to play it because he's got some things that, he's got some things on Eevee2e's side that Mantine can really put that hard pressure down on.
And worth noting also, this was an open team sheet tournament, similar to the Play Pokemon tournaments. A lot of other things are kind of moving that direction now. And the Clodsire is actually running different movesets. Both of them running Poison Sting, but Eevee2e running the Stone Edge Earthquake, and VroomVroomPow running the Sludge Bomb Earthquake. So I think that helps Eevee2e a little bit, knowing that there's that flyer on VroomVroom's team, that Mantine having that Stone Edge works a little bit in his favor, but may be interesting to see how that plays out in these matchups, given that they have those different movesets. Clodsire pretty flexible with those charge moves.
Yeah, and having that knowledge too, we'll have to find out if Superior is going to play or not, because that's the protector for that Swampert right there. If Superior is not going to play and be put into check, that is great, and Swampert could have some real good fun on Eevee2e's side. But with those Clodsire moveset, that is really up to the battlers, and that's what I've been loving about this, is we're going to get into this matchup now of these two battlers, because like you're saying, that it's a little bit more to get to the Stone Edge, which gets the flyers, but that Sludge Bomb on that Clodsire could be real effective as the Artabax with the Dragon Breath comes out onto the Umbreon. And look at that, just those Dragon Breaths alone doing some damage, as a Foul Play is going to be cut loose here onto this Artabax and doesn't even take it to the yellow yet.
Yeah, Umbreon definitely the bulkier Pokemon in this matchup, but Artabax so efficient with that Dragon Breath And then I think that his Avalanche moveset just doing huge damage. You see there, it will live this next foul play, but it'll put it very low. I'm not sure if the other guys can quite hang on to get to another Dragon Claw to knock out. It'll be very close. It does look like he has the energy, and just waiting till the last second here, giving as little farm to the next Pokemon as possible by going deep into the red here before throwing that lethal move to secure switch advantage.
Yeah, Artifacts, great job there by Eevee2e. He's been really shining with that all tournament. As Cloudsire now, we have that Stone Edge. We were just talking about it. Oh, what a catch! VroomVroomPow incredibly patiently waited for 2 to 3 extra taps and then makes the catch on the Stone Edge for his own Cloudsire. But it's now the Medicham seeing the Cloudsire as it's going to take an Earthquake here. Medicham is rocking the Ice Punch Psychic, which normal Medicham's what we're used to, you know?
Yeah, Eevee2e probably expecting that Sand Slash somewhere in that line, but there's just nothing here for this Medicham to really line up on. After that Umbreon lead went down, it was Cloudsire Mantine in the back. Medicham's going to do its best here, landing that Psychic, landing that Ice Punch to take out this Claude, but now it's met by that Mantine that was already loaded on energy, going all the way to 100 energy before throwing this Air Lace that will be lethal against this Medicham, and just loaded here, going back into that Cloudsire matchup, and the Cloudsire almost dry now after getting that Stone Edge caught.
Right, that Stone Edge catch was great. And that is incredible for VroomVroomPow, but the problem is both of these battlers still rocking 2 shields, and with that 100 energy, having to throw that on that Mantine, or for that Medicham to get rid of it. This is oh my god, this was I was talking about. This is a great call by Eevee2e, because you had to lessen. You weren't going to get to that 3rd Ice Beam in time before that Stone Edge. So making that Aerial Ace and Eevee2e calling it the first time, but not getting it the second time, as he get his Stone Edge off, and he's almost halfway to a 3rd Stone Edge now.
Yeah, there's just gonna be a race to the finish. Stone Edge versus Ice Beam, and looks like the Stone Edge gets there first. Is this lethal on a Mantine? Non-stab Stone Edge, but it is super effective. We see VroomVroom's already cut out. He knows it's lethal, and it is. Game 1 goes to Eevee2e.
Yeah, the difference there was the moveset on Cloudsire. Both the battlers did a really good job having that tank in the front with Umbreon and Frigibax. Frigibax just edging it out. They both brought their Medichams, but it was the Stone Edge. Oh no, sorry, it was Superior that was brought out, right?
No, it was both the Cloudsire showed up, and then the Mantine and the Medicham in the back.
That's right.
Matchup. So just a tough, like, Eevee2e, like, compositionally was disadvantaged there, but still managed to pull out a win. And we see a very different lead here. Charizard for Eevee2e into the Superior for the VroomVroomPow. VroomVroomPow in a terrible spot off of that lead.
That is not what you want, especially in a final round matchup. A Charizard on a grass Pokemon is just going to be feeding Frenzy. Could have been worse, could have been on the Medicham, but I mean, just as bad. The Mantine here. Will Eevee2e make the call? He doesn't, and the Ice Beam takes the Cloudsire to about less than half health. Cloudsire again coming out here, showing how tanky it is, that it could take a charge move, and there you go, Ninja. About half the health of Mantine gone from that Stone Edge.
The Cloudsire stopped tapping. I think he wants his Cloudsire to die so his Charizard can come back in and farm this Mantine down, but the Mantine undercharges as well and kind of forces his hand here. He doesn't want the Mantine to come out with a move loaded. He just wanted to get a farm down, but this way he does get almost gets the farm down, but the swap back into the Charizard with that Blast Burn loaded.
And he makes the right call. VroomVroomPow now making the right call, gets the shield, and now gonna throw off the Aerial Ace, gonna take Charizard to the red. This is fine for Vroom. I think he might have to double shield here. Yeah, and save Superior. We don't see anything that's, now that the Charizard is gone, the Medicham can kind of just free reign against this. I would say bring it out and build up.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to take a lot of damage here from the Superior from these Aerial Aces because it is kind of low energy. You don't see a Superior Vine Whip down a Charizard very often, but it did the job there and came out with a bunch of energy. And this Medicham is facing just a flurry of Aerial Aces. That buff to Aerial Ace this last season, it just gets there so fast with those Vine Whips. But Medicham does get to this Ice Punch. The Superior has no shields left. Superior going down. We'll see what VroomVroomPow brings in here to try to close the game. It is the Medicham mirror in the 0 shields. Eevee's has some energy lead. Eevee also still has that Cloudsire for a potential catch. Maybe that plays, because we also have no Psychic here from VroomVroomPow. He's running Dynamic Punch.
It's all about the movesets in this one, and having the Psychic on your very healthy Medicham much better when coming in dry on a dynamic punch Medicham, as the Psychic will take out that. And here comes the Ice Punch and VroomVroomPow. Ooh.
Oh man, even the catch, Eevee2e not taking any chances there. The Ice Punch would be lethal, and then he'd get countered down, catches the Ice Punch on the last breath, and takes the 2-0 match. I think we still have a game 3 for this one?
We do have a game 3.
Still have a game 3 because that does affect the tiebreakers in the final standings. So VroomVroomPow still fighting here to get a point out of this matchup. But Eevee2e looking dominant so far with very different strategies. That Arctobac's lead in game 1, and then the Charizard lead in game 2. We'll see if he mixes it up again here in game 3. Yep, and goes to that Clodsire on lead.
But he gets the Sandslash, which isn't what he wants. Sandslash, a great call here. You think the Charizard's one and done, it's not going to come back. Why not bring that Sandslash back out? But the Clodsire gonna give up the shield, gonna give the Ice Punch, go through, and just gonna go straight for the Stone Edge bait. I like this play by Eevee2e. It's only 2 more taps now till he gets to the Earthquake. He's got the Drill Run available. 1, 2, 3 more taps. But the Ice Punch is there. It's gonna take the Clodsire down to the red. That red's gonna really hurt it. And there's the final shield from VroomVroomPow. That is...
Yeah. Going all in on this Alolan Sandslash on lead, down a shield but has a move load. Charizard comes in here, but Charizard doesn't like taking these Ice Punches from Shadow Alolan Sandslash. Wouldn't be surprised to see him throw both of these Ice Punches and then maybe switch out to that Mantine just to absorb the Charizard's energy or force some other play. But both the Sandslash and the Serperior are very vulnerable to getting Blast Burned here. And he does just stay in to eat the Blast Burn.
I think so too. I don't think you want to switch lock this. Charizard can switch out of that. And the last thing you want to do is get that Charizard onto Serperior, because that would be bad. As VroomVroomPow is fighting for that point to get into the top point here for anything, as Eevee2e is now, Arctibax is out and Avalanche is there for that Serperior. And that's going to be a heavy hit move. We've seen Serperior take so much damage, Ninja, and this thing just cannot take the Avalanche. But it gets rid of it, and one Charizard Wing Attack takes it down. Mantine's back. Mantine doesn't have Bubble Beam.
No, but it's pretty safely out of Blast Burn range here, and that Charizard just does not have any HP left. So the Mantine's going to get to this Aerial Ace and close out this game, going just 2 shields in on the Sandslash, paying off here for VroomVroomPow, getting both of those shields back, one from the Claude, one from the Charizard, and setting up just a sack the Serperior, and Mantine sweeps the backline play.
Yeah, he got the point. It was great. Good adjustment. Would have been better in game 1 or game 2 there, but they both did a great job at making those catches. Game 1, you saw the Vroom caught the Clodsire on Clodsire Stone Edge, and then Serperior caught the Clodsire was used to catch the Ice Punch. So these battlers are just using Clodsires as like third shields and energy soaker uppers.
It's a bulky mod. It kind of fills that role that a lot of teams used to use Lickitung for, right? Like it kind of has moves for every matchup. It feels pretty safe against most things, and so with that bulk and that kind of safety, you can just like, well, we'll just swap it in and move. Anytime you can catch a move that's resisted by it, it feels really good to catch that move, and then like they have to try to adapt from there, but you're a little bit of energy ahead. Those poison stings or mud shots generate energy so fast, and you get to those sludges or stone edges or earthquakes that very few things in the meta like eating. So I really like both these players, utilizing them on very heavily across all the games in this series.
Yeah, it has definitely shined and shown up in a lot of the play Pokemon scene too in this new meta with what's been going on. So the fact that it was good in Adventures Abound and is able to transfer over in Timeless Travels is such a great viewership here that we got to watch, because these battlers played it beautifully with that Clodsire, either the save swap or even as the lead there in game 3. Even though he lost the lead to that Sandslash, he still was able to get those 2 shields, was able to play around it, and that was a great process for Eevee2e there. Congratulations to Eevee2e, as we're gonna finish up this tournament now. Congratulations, Eevee2e, on taking this tournament, this OGL tournament with the Adventures Abound meta. Super fun. 6 for Ninja. We've just had our new inaugural introduction tournament as a team. How you feeling about it?
I'm feeling really good, like really excited to see what the kind of this new Antimatter squad brings to the table. It was fun watching a lot of these battles, seeing, as these have been turned into videos. Really great job by our production team, including you and our editors as well, all doing this, putting this together in-house, in addition to running the tournament, also then making this content has been really cool to see that. But then, inside of that well-produced show, also the amazing battles that really are the heart of it, and seeing these battlers. The tournament ended up, we had a five-way split at the top with one lost player, so just a really kind of strong across the board showing. No one got shout out. Everybody picked up at least one win in the tournament. Some people, their heart is just full of spice and brought really spicy teams. It was fun to see those and see them still pick up some wins with those. And also then, the more stalwart players that are, viewing this as practice and a stepping stone for the Play Pokemon tournaments you may see them at this season, or for Battlefront here, which Antimatter is put together a team for and will be participating in the Battlefront here for the upcoming cycle. So just a lot, people viewing it different ways, but bringing just a lot of energy to it and a lot of fun to it. And also just that competitiveness that really kind of defines who we are as a team moving forward, just being ourselves and also trying to do our best.
Well said, sir. That's great. I'm so excited to see what the team has got, because we've got one team in Battlefront here that's awesome, and seeing all those Spice players, like, the Sylph battlers are like, come on, Devin. Come on, Battle Frontier. Just give us some good metas to like really get our heads around it and play some Spice Pokemon out there. So it's an amazing job there by our team, and I'm excited to see how we do throughout the seasons. And the production team, again, thank you to Hippopotamus for being the TO there. We appreciate how you ran and held it down for us. And thank you to behind the scenes Dr. Roast Beef for the editing, and Eevee2e are for all of the art, because this was so much fun and so great to watch. Without that, production wouldn't be so beautifully showed here on Antimatter. So thank you to both of them for doing such great jobs behind the scenes.
Hey, and to that SosaFlo guy for, actually holding it down, recording all of this stuff, getting together the rest of the team to get different people on for casting different parts of the tournament, and just being kind of the backbone of the production side of this tournament. Appreciate you as well, man. And really glad to be working with you on Antimatter.
Yeah, I'm excited to be a part of Antimatter. We've got some great, incredible, talented battlers that I am like, come on, let's see those battles. We'll put up those tournaments. We'll show them off. Like we had you do your locals. You've done that. It's so exciting for the new year with this team. I'm with everybody. VroomVroomPow and Eevee2e are two names in the finals here. On top of that, we've got Meezer76. There's yourself, who's a great battler. Mr. Dr. Pants, Alex Forrest. There's so many incredible, talented team members out here. I'm just excited for everything that's going to play out.
Yeah, would not be surprised if you see a few Antimatter battlers at Worlds this coming year. There's definitely a few people hanging out. Dr. Roast Beef, CO is a beast, Meezer, I think, all kind of moving up in those rankings in their local regions. May be able to get to enough points for Worlds invites, but just spanning from the Play Pokemon to Battle Frontier, that team format, to then everything that's happening in the grassroots scenes with Devon, with Flash for Everyone, and just kind of all over the place. It's a group of people that just love battling and are finding arenas they can battle in kind of wherever they go, and then being able to turn the camera on for that, so you get to see these battles instead of them just kind of happening in obscurity. Is a really cool thing that we've been able to put together here that is not the case in a lot of other places.
And we're gonna put together more as the year goes through, we are growing in the production here at Antimatter Gaming. So as we are going through, you should be subscribing and liking everything, because more and more amazing content down there below is coming for you, and it's going to be incredible with this amazing battle loving passionate team. So thank you, 6footNinja, for joining us today and being a part of this tournament. I'm so glad. Your final thoughts to the team on how this tournament played out and what you expect for the season.
I mean, I think the thing I'm just happy about is how many people actually, participate in the tournament. Like, whenever you're organizing something like this, it can be, it can kind of fall low on the priority list for people that are, preparing for these big regional tournaments, or, working in meta development for the new Battle Frontier and Devon and all these other things going on. But the team did a really good job of pulling together and getting as many people into this tournament as possible, so we could have a nice big 4-round tournament, and just getting a chance to see where everybody's coming from in terms of not necessarily the skill, but like their passion, the teams that they like, the Pokemon that they wanted to bring, and that's what kind of resonates with me. Obviously, we have some people that are just incredible battlers. They have resumes that are too long to list on this recording, and so we don't need to go into that, but excited to see what they do going forward, and what the other people that don't have that resume yet but are passionate battlers looking to make waves are doing going forward, and then also what we can do as a team, both through the content we make, but then also with the Battle Frontier squad. It's just going to be a good time. Really looking forward to what's happening with Antimatter in 2024.
Awesome. Thank you, Captain, so much for joining me today and being a part of this and watching this final matchup and casting it with us. Know you're a busy man. I appreciate you. It's been so much fun there. As we got to watch VroomVroomPow and Eevee2e battle it out in the final round. Eevee2e, the only 4-0, and the others with the 3-1s there, 5 other battlers. Great job by everybody participating. As we said, thank you all for participating. Thank you for watching this incredible series. Be sure, if you're trying to catch all that spice, round 1 was a 2-parter because we wanted to show off all of the battlers and all of those teams, whereas round 2s and 3s, those videos are the top 4 teams. So be on the lookout and go ahead and click and watch those to see how Eevee2e and VroomVroomPow got here.
Yep.
Thank you all for watching the Antimatter battle, the in-house tournament. Thank you, 6footNinja, for joining us. This is Antimatter, and like always, enjoy your battles.
Bye.